I think we are getting to a point where things are so bad that it can actually not get much worse. I used to be talking about, the doom and gloom of Europe and the lack of outlook. Now I think that we are in a crisis point. And when you move to a crisis mode, you have to remember we become far more able to create a mandate for change, not because we want to have a mandate for change, because we need a mandate for change. And the fact that core Europe, as I just alluded to, is now in the same boat means that there is a more of a will. And we've seen that this week through the increase in social tension, of course, through the demonstration, but also from the mere fact that Northern Europe now seems able to and willing to accept some sort of a haircut on Greece. I would wish that all the politicians and the central banks would go away for 2-3 years, and then I think the microeconomy will take care of it. But in a more serious sense, I think what we need to focus on is to make sure that we don't overdo any macro policy, because macro policy will fail ultimately. What we need is for you and me to get the emphasis back on creating jobs, in believing in the economies, and create transparency. That way it is only done through the biggest fiscal multiplier of all, which is to create new jobs. So an increase on focus on jobs, access to credit will be my two main remedies. I think I can prove it. I mean, Belgium was without a government for 2 years. Every single macro indicator improved during those 2 years. You had the presidency of President Clinton being the most successful in terms of growth. He did absolutely nothing politically for 8 years. There's a whole concept within the economic science that says that the lack of ability of politicians to do anything is actually the best conditions you can create for more growth, because the inability to do macro compounding mistakes creates the ability of the microeconomy. You and I as individuals, the hundreds upon hundreds of companies opening doors trying to be profitable every day, will prevail over the macro negative consequences. There is a 99.9% chance that Greece will get the relief in terms of extra funding next week. The 20th of November has been mentioned as the meeting where it will be agreed. In terms of Greece leaving, I think there is more than a fair chance that Greece will leave on a managed escape from the euro inside the next 6 months.